all right, yes, we're back again to do it all over again. Well, we do have a little bit of a theme for today. I kind of decided that I'm going to record another album, and I thought a great theme would be songs that are around 100 years old. So I'm playing a few of the tunes today that will be on that album, and all these tunes, probably the average age, put them all together, is well over 100 years. First one is Sweet Georgia Brown. Now, that tune, when you hear that, you either recognize it because A, you're a music fan, or B, you're a basketball fan, because that's the song that the Harlem Globetrotters do their warm-up routines with. Sweet Georgia Brown was around 1911. A fellow named Dr. Brown was in the, I believe it was South Carolina or legislature, and he was about to have a baby daughter. And they told him, and they passed a resolution that he had to name, oh, it's Georgia, that's it, yeah, Sweet Georgia, okay. That he had to name his daughter after the state, so she became Sweet Georgia Brown. And the song was written around 1911. It wasn't recorded till around 1925, so it fits the category in two different ways. So Sweet Georgia Brown. Well, this next tune is about a little island off of California, and it's called Avalon. And I guess it's sort of a vacation place for out there, like California needs an extra vacation place. But the tune is called Avalon, and Avalon's from around 1920, and one of the writers of the song was the great Al Jolson, so I guess he must have been to Avalon. So let's see what it sounds like, or what it sounds like when I do it. So here we go. Avalon, California. Yeah. Only been to California a couple of times, but there's some pretty nice places out there. Well, this next tune is probably one of the tunes that was the originator to make blues a popular, shall we say, it's easier for me to say, popular music situation. It's called St. Louis Blues. That makes sense. 1914, fellow named W.C. Handy. I believe W.C. was a piano player. And he wrote the St. Louis Blues. Now, if there's any frustrated jazz players out there, the melody to the St. Louis Blues is almost like a jazz chorus in itself. So, you know, give it a shot and see. So we're going to stay with the piano on this because that's what W.C. Handy played. So, little St. Louis Blues. St. Louis Blues. Well, without getting too technical, there are notes, especially in like a blues progression like that, which we call blue notes, and they're in every key. Like obviously they're different, and so St. Louis Blues has a lot of blue notes that are written right in the song, and that brings me to another story you've heard me mention on this show many times, the great Art Van Dam. And he was playing with a bunch of other great accordion players at one time, you know, not a particular session. And he had a heart attack. And Dick Contino, who was a great accordion player in his own right, and actually I knew Dick a little bit, and Dick Contino ran over, and Art says, "Dick," he says, "I think I just hit a blue note." So Blue notes are a part of jazz, and especially the blues. Well, I've done a lot of playing down south. Whoops, there goes my sign. Okay. And once you get below the Mason-Dixon line, music means country, gospel, or bluegrass, or a combination of them all. So I don't do too many medleys, but I put together a simple little medley of a couple of tunes, just for our folks below the Mason-Dixon line. First tune is called Lonesome Road, or Look Down That Lonesome Road, from 1927. It was featured on remember the Andy Griffith Show, and Bee and Barney and all those folk? Well, some fellow who was on the show played a farmer, and he actually sang this song on the show and did a great job of it. Art Van Dam recorded this song. He did it really rapid, which we won't do today. I think the second song is kind of stuck in the middle. I don't think it needs any introduction. I think you may recognize it. So let's start out with Lonesome Road and see where it takes us. Down that lonesome road. Used to be a long-distance runner. Ran on a lot of lonesome roads, I want to tell you. Well, this next tune is from 1924. Wow, that's almost recent. Now, if anybody watching this is under the age of 60, You probably never heard this tune played as anything but a cha-cha. Around 1955, fella was leading the Dorsey Band, and he came out with this tune, but Warren Covington was his name. He came out with this tune as a cha-cha. And of course, it was always, you know, a standard a lot of people played. And all of a sudden, it became a big hit, but as a cha-cha. And like I said, if you're under 60, you probably never heard it as the way it was meant to be played. So you're going to get T for 2 right now, the way it used to be played way back in 1924. No, I didn't play it back then. 1924. Here we go. T for 2. I had to pick up the tempo there the last time too, because I got a cab waiting outside with a meter running. So, no, not really. Well, you know, we got a few extra minutes today. I thought we might. Let's go back to 1925 for this song. Now, I can pretty much guarantee, no matter how old you are, at one time or another, you have heard this song. And it's called 5 Foot 2. 5 Foot 2, 1925. Has anybody seen my gal? So let's see what it sounds like. for Two, 1925. I got a funny feeling the ending I just put on that song was not done in 1925. But that's all right. Don't tell anybody. Okay, well, we are getting down towards the end of our time. And this tune, 1900, or aught, as they 1902. And a fellow who was playing in a bar room had a friend, musician friend. His name was Willard. First name was Willard. And Willard was in quite often. And, you know, he'd talk about his wife and everything. And so this fellow decided that he'd write a song about Willard. And the song is called Bill Bailey. And Willard, or Bill, loved the song. He took it home to his wife. She wasn't too wild about it, but she said, oh, okay. And it actually became a hit, and still is to this day. And it's Bill Bailey, or Willard, Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? And I guess Bill died relatively early, but I believe his wife lived to be 102, so what can I say? Okay, little Bill Bailey, here we go. Come on, Bill, come on home. Everything's forgiven, no matter what you did. Well, that's just about our show for today. Thank you, as usual. Thank you all for watching, listening, tuning in, however it is that you get our show. And, of course, the big guy behind the glass, Austin Ricketts, as usual. Like I keep telling you, if I sound good, it's up to Austin. If I sound bad, well, it's probably something wrong with the instruments. So, and of course, you got to bring the young'uns in to hear these songs. And again, if you're under 60 years of age, you know, ask your parents and grandparents about these songs. They're classics from way back when, and people are still playing them today. So, Coach Dave saying we're going to see y'all next time, and I guess we'll take it home a little Bill Bailey. Here we go.